Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We're making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For a lot of people with a fear of their credit score and wanting a new or used car loan, this is the last place that one wants to be. Well, at Western Sun Federal Credit Union, a marginal credit score doesn't necessarily mean no. In fact, they have a terrific record of getting members approved. And all it requires is this. Give Western Sun a look for low rates and a fast response. I doubt you'll be disappointed. WSFCU.com.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve. Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma.
23 games down, one more to go in the 59th Annual Boys and Girls Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.com. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Boys Championship game of the 59th edition of the TOC. I'm Todd Miller, joined by Matt Adair. Tonight, an interesting matchup. 3A number 1 Millwood, the Falcons 5-2, will take on the juggernaut that is the Owasso Rams, coached by Brian Montanotti. They are 7-3 in own victories over Wilson Henrietta, 78-39, and 4A number 1 Weatherford last night, rallying for a 13-point win over the Eagles, 47-34. Meanwhile, Millwood's MO, should I say, has been fall behind early, rally to get the game tied, and then win the game late. They trailed by 8 in the fourth period. They outscored Crossings on Thursday 19-6 to beat the Knights 63-58. Last night they trailed by as many as 9, Matt Adair, in the first half to Booker T. Washington. Got together a run to tie the game at 32 and then finally wrestled control away late and held on for a 1-point victory.
These guys just act like they never run out of gas. As the game goes on and on, Millwood just continues to build momentum against really good teams. And it seems like the more you want to press on them or the more talented you get, the more fire that they find underneath them. And they have roared back to life here in this TOC.
Everybody thinks about Owasso and Jalen Montanotti, and Montanotti one of the most recruited players in his class. He's a 6'7" junior. Montanotti last night, I can't remember the last time the kid had single digits, 8 points and 4 rebounds, yet Owasso was able to escape Weatherford because of Kobe Freeman. This guy stepped up big time. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, had 15 points and 7 rebounds in the Rams' victory.
Well, and Owasso, you're right. A lot of people kind of look at them as the Jalen Montanotti and a supporting cast of characters, but they have shown that when you take Jalen away, as Weatherford did, they focus some intense pressure on him. Owasso can hurt you in a lot of ways, and nobody prouder of that team effort than Coach Montanotti in his post-game interviews talked about how well they did.
Millwood, of course, led by the 6'4" junior transfer, Amari Barrett. If you don't know Barrett's name, you should. His older brother, T.O., was at Edmond North and went to a prep academy out of state. And Amari Barrett now is leading the way for Millwood. He has averaged 21.5 points per game and 7 rebounds, including 23 in the win last night over Booker T. Washington. But the cupboard is far from bare for the 2A power. Isaiah Wilkes has played extremely well. He had 14-4 the opening day victory and 17-3 last night. He has managed to get to the foul line among the tournament leaders 12 times, and he's made 10 of those 11. You wonder just what's in the tank for Owasso, though. They went to Florida right before Christmas and played a rigorous schedule that included victories over a preseason top 5 team and another team that was ranked 7th in the nation at the time. They went 2-2, and they have played a grueling schedule, thus the record of 7-3. But you wonder just exactly, Matt, how much will be left if this game's tight in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you, I think that they're one of those teams that if they could take these 5 guys, their starting lineup, and ask them what they would prefer to be doing, I think all of them would answer basketball. So don't be surprised if they find a lot of fuel to come out hard in this championship.
Let's take a look at the anticipated starting lineups for the Rams, coached by former Cowboy Brian Montanati. They are 7-3, wins over Wilson, Henrietta, and Weatherford, the 4A number 1 team. They'll start Jalen Montanati, a 6'7" junior. He is averaging 3.5 rebounds and 15.5 points in 2 Tournament of Champion games. Bowden Williams is a 6'4" junior. He's had 10 and 7. He also has 4 assists, 3 steals, and just 1 turnover among 4 assists, handling the basketball. Julius Wilson will start a 6'4" junior. His tournament high has been 2 twice. His tournament high in rebounds 6. He had 5 last night in the win over Weatherford. Jax Kerr will start, a 5'11" senior. He is averaging 8.5 points per ball game. He also is one of the defensive stalwarts for the Rams with 4 block shots. He doesn't shoot a lot. 9 field goal attempts in the tournament, 5 makes. And Kobe Freeman, the 5'10" senior, we told you 15 and 7 last night, shooting 9 for 17 for the field in 2 TOC games and 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, including 3 of 5 last night against Weatherford. Here is what we anticipate will be Millwood's starting lineup. The 3A number 1 Falcons are 5-2. Braylon Goins will start, a 6' senior. Isaiah Wilkes, the 5'11" junior. Amari Barrett, the 6'4" junior. Chris Clay, a 6'1" junior. And Jonathan Van Buren, a 6'4" junior. Those were at least the 3 starters that they went with last night. Millwood owns an 8-point victory over Springdale Harbor High School. They've beaten Harding Charter, Crooked Oak. They've also beaten Crossings and Booker T. Washington. Their losses have come to 6A Power Midwest City, 81-74 in overtime. They also lost out of state to Shawnee Mission Northwest, 78-62. The Falcons never go into the postseason with a sparkling record. They test themselves against one of the toughest high school schedules you'll find. They're doing it again, and tonight a big-time opportunity for Millwood. If you can believe it, it would be just their 2nd TOC championship, their first since 1988. In this, just their 5th appearance and their first since 2019. Owasso in the road black and red, with Owasso scripted in cursive and red across the front of the jerseys. Millwood in the home white and blue, trimmed in red with Falcons around the top of the numbers on the front of the jerseys. Here we go. We're ready for basketball. Game number 24 as we draw a curtain to close the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, sponsored by Quick Trip. Jonathan Van Buren, the 6'4" junior, will jump center, and he will do so against, I believe that's Jax Kerr. It is a 5'11" senior, as Kerr now is into the center circle.
Not often at times you see a guy that's 6'4" look short, standing up next against 6'11". There is a height difference.
Jax Kerr, Division I prospect, and here we go. The boys' championship game for the TOC in Tulsa is officially underway, and Owasso has won the opening tip. Kobe Freeman will bring it into the front court, again 15 points last night, a night in which Montanati did not shoot well and had just 8. Freeman angles left against the Millwood defense. He'll hand it off for the wing, and the ball knocked out of Wilson and out of Julius out of bounds. Millwood in the tournament has forced 2 more turnovers, now 3 than they've committed, 26-23, and they have outpointed the opposition 26-24 in points off mistakes. However, they only allowed 4 points off mistakes against Crossing. Booker T. Washington had 20 last night. 7:25 to go, opening period, no score. Bounce pass to Braylon Goins, left side. Head of the circle is Amari Barrett. Barrett on a return pass, pump fakes, drives left, left-handed layup, skips off, no good. Montanati gathers the miss, and Jalen gallops into the front court from right to left as we watch. Now to Julius Wilson. He goes up and under, left to right for the way in, and it's 2-0 Rams. 7:10 to play here in the opening period. Wilkes quickly to the front court, is cut off out high. Now he'll skip it in front of us for Goins. Goins with Millwood a minute deep, down 2-0, hands it off to Amari Barrett. Barrett, whose brother T.O., currently at the University of Missouri, gets it to Chris Clay. Clay hands it back to Wilkes. The ankle's right. Now it's Goins again. Goins bounces over the right baseline for Van Buren. He goes in against Jack Kerr. Lays it up, right-handed for the left angle. The ball tipped to the rebound to Bowden Williams. Williams up ahead to Wilson. Wilson kicks left corner. Montanati knocks down the three, and it's 5-0 Owasso as the Rams look for their first ever TOC championship in the third try.
Millwood maybe trying to match what Weatherford did a little bit last night, slow Owasso down. It hasn't worked so far, but they're being very meticulous in their half-court approach.
It's a great start for Owasso's Jalen Montanati. He'd been 1 for 10 from three-point range before that make. Ball knocked away from Chris Clay out front. He regathers now to Isaiah Wilkes. 5-0 Owasso. Double dribble out front, not called. Right side is Barrett. Barrett staggers his way to the elbow. Jumper is good. Amari with his first basket. Again, he's averaging 21.5 points per game. 2 minutes in, it's a 3-point Owasso lead. Cross midcourt with the basketball, Julius Wilson. Out high is Jax Kerr. Right side for Williams. In the corner, the three, Freeman. No good. Rebound underneath to Van Buren. Jonathan will bring it down the floor for the home white-cladded Falcons to Barrett. All the way to the goal, and the ball blocked out of there by Julius Wilson. Follow shot is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Falcons.
Millwood picks up their first offensive rebound, first defensive rebound in that series. 2 good blocks from Owasso there.
Millwood will open the second half of play in regular schedule play against against Crossings. That'll be a rematch of the 63-58 Falcons victory here on Thursday in downtown Tulsa. 5:44 to play here in the opening period. 5-2 in favor of Owasso. Out high, Wilkes, his follow-away jumper, bricks from 16, down for the rebound, Amari Barrett. Barrett took it away from 2 Rams, including Jalen Montanati. He bounces it for Clay. His 3 rattles off, and Montanati down for his second defensive retrieval.
Second chance looks will be big for Millwood in this one. They have got to maintain their presence on the offensive boards.
Montanati being ridden into the front court, gets separation, fires a 3 up front. It rattles off, no good. Ball tipped to the air. Who has it? The Falcons have it to the corner with Van Buren. Jonathan with it to Wilkes, who gallops into the front court. Now he attacks against Bowden Williams, who blocks him and commits his first foul, and that's the first against the Owasso Rams. Nearly 3 minutes in, it's 5-2 Owasso.
Just the first foul of the game in either direction.
Tell you what, Matt, we haven't talked about it, but the crowds, especially in the night sessions for 3 days, have been phenomenal here. Into the paint goes Chris Clay, scoops it up, missed it. Montanati didn't get the block, but alter the shot. Jalen with the rebound. Bounces to Bowden Williams. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first period. Williams angles left, stops, puts up a long 2. It rattles off, no good. Underneath, the rebound lost by Jack Kerr, but it's picked back up off the hardwood, and he lays it in. Trip 4s to go here in the first period. Spinning down the paint is Isaiah Wilkes for the lay-in. And it's 7-4 Owasso with 4.5 to play in the first period. Julius Wilson, right side, Montanati against his opposite number, Goins. He spins away from him, lays it up. It came up short. There was contact, no whistle. Owasso doesn't like it. Kerr kicks it left side for Bowden Williams. He loops a pass to the baseline for Jax Kerr. 4:17 to go opening period. Kerr slips. The pass knocked out. Julius Wilson has it to Williams on a skip pass, and he knocks down the baseline jumper. Bowden Williams with his first basket. It's 9-4 Owasso with the halfway point here with the first period. Isaiah Wilkes across midcourt. Right wing side, Chris Clay. Now to Barrett. Amari fakes the handoff, drives left, pivots left. Missed the 8-footer off the back rim. The rebound to Kerr. He'll lob it up ahead to Wilson. Wilson behind the back dribble, cut off on the right block, spins into the paint, finds Williams wide open for the layup. Bowden Williams with 4 straight, and the lead is 7-11-4. The other end, Wilkes gives it up to Barrett. Barrett drives, bounces left. They're trapped underneath the goal, but still finding some separation for the lay-in is Van Buren.
Kind of a sloppy possession there for Millwood, but they made it count, Todd, and they have pulled themselves within 5.
They had him trapped. He got free of one defender, then laid it in over the swiping arm of Jack Kerr. 11-6 the score. Bowden Williams holds right wing side for this veteran Owasso team. State champions from a year ago. They avenged their TOC championship game loss to Edmond North. Driving left, Freeman. Pitches out front. 3 on the way by Wilson. Too strong. Jax Kerr with a rebound to Freeman. Open 3. Misses right circle. Underneath with a rebound is Wilkes, and a foul called against the Rams. That's going to go against Julius Wilson. That's his first. In the tournament, Owasso has not allowed an opponent to shoot over 30%. Last night, Weatherford shot 28.6%. That was the highest. Wilson Henrietta, 24%. Meanwhile, the Rams, 50% and 44% field goal cheated their first two victories.
Two big advantages for Owasso to keep their opponents down. They're so long and so quick.
Goins with it out front, left wing side for Amari Barrett. Barrett, top of the circle to Van Buren. Van Buren gets a little bit of a rub, throws up a runner, back rims, goes high in the air, falls off. Jax Kerr with a rebound. Kerr, their leading rebounder, lobs it to Bowden Williams, who starts the break back the other way. Millwood gets back. Williams dances through the top of the circle from right to left. He'll loop it over on the baseline. They whip it across the floor. Julius Wilson, run off the arc, penetrates the paint, foul on the floor as Millwood was trying to get a strip. It's going to cost Chris Clay his first personal, and that's the first against the Falcons with 2:25 to go here in period number one. There you see the score. The tournament favorite, top team in the state, Owasso, leading Millwood of Class 3A, 11-6. Bowden Williams, the 6'4 junior, in bounds for the Rams. Owasso's two Tournament of Champions appearances came in 2014 and last year. They were runner-up both times. So they have a record of 6-2 in 8 previous tournament of games. And we've talked about this a lot, the hardest working people in the building, the young kids that wipe up the perspiration doing cleanup duty again.
Yeah, they were pointing to the ceiling on that one. I'm not sure there may not be just a small leak because it tends to puddle right there in that one spot.
We had some earlier in the week. Drop it on us here courtside. Montnati holds high right, fall away 18-footer, back rims to the baseline. Kerr was over the back, but good box out by Amari Barrett. There you go, kids. Doesn't matter how much taller somebody is. If you get a body on them, you got a chance. Barrett gliding to the paint. The ball knocked out of bounds. I think the block shot will be credited to Julius Wilson. Yep, there's a look at it. Wilson got all ball, maybe a little bit of the hand, but no harm, no foul, and Millwood will inbound. Top of the circle to Van Buren. He goes right at Kerr, and Kerr looked like he had a clean block. They're going to call him for the foul as Van Buren ended up on the floor, and Brian Montanati had his hands behind his head. Here's another look at it, Matt.
Coach Montanati is one of the most excitable guys in the tournament. He likes to be right on top of the calls, and I think that was probably a foul. Jax Kerr probably has the block if he doesn't bring the hand through.
It was. He had the ball and then brought it through, and that went between his arms and slapped him on the top of the head. Here's Jonathan Van Buren. Montanati still visiting with our official directly in front of us. First foul shot by Van Buren is up, and it's good. I know you're dying to know what Millwood is in the tournament. The Falcons now are at the line for the 35th and 36th time. They've made 28 of their first 34. They've only put the opponent to the line 29 times. Second free throw by Van Buren is up and good. And here we go. It's down to a 3-point lead again, 11-8. The Falcons are going to use that 1-2-2 3-quarter court trap. In the backcourt is Kobe Freeman. Back to Bowden Williams to Kobe. Kobe jump passes, middle of the floor to Wilson. Wilson touches left side. Kerr fumbles it, gets it back in front of the Millwood bench. Julius Wilson with it out high. He'll cross-court it right wing side. We're under 2 minutes to play here with the first period of the boys' championship game, 59th edition. Kerr, good hands as Montanati found him down low, and Jax was a good receiver for the layup.
I tell you, Jax has got such soft hands for a big guy. You don't expect that much finesse.
Freeman steals a bounce pass, glides to the goal, and one as Amari Barrett got him on the arm. So Kobe Freeman, who was big, gets his first bucket, and Barrett gets his first foul. There you're seeing jump in the route like a defensive back in football. Jax Kerr is starting to become winded out there. You can kind of see him doubling over after Freeman was on the way to the other end with the layup. 15-8 our score, 1:29 to play here with the opening period. Todd Miller, Matt Adair, glad to be with you on the call tonight. What an honor it is to call the championship game of this storied event. Free throw by Freeman is good. Kobe at the line of the tournament is now 3 of 3. 16-8 Owasso. Left baseline, Jonathan Van Buren against the zone. Jax Kerr is out there on him. Now he spins away from him, and Kerr from behind thought he had another block, but he got him with body. And Jax Kerr has his second personal foul, the fourth against Owasso here in the period.
That is big, too, because they need Jax Kerr. He's been in foul trouble at least one other time in the tournament. He picked up 3 in the first half, had to set for a few minutes.
There's another look at it. That looked pretty clean, to be honest with you. Kerr letting out a primal scream after he was whistled for his second foul. Brian Montanati continues to work the official. There's Jonathan Van Buren. He has his 5th point as he hits the first free throw. Coming in for the first time is Cohen Scott, a 6-foot junior. He is averaging 4.5 points, a tournament high 6 against Wilson Henrietta here on Thursday. Okay, 1/7, Crossing Christian 1/5. Second free throw is good. The third place game was taken by Weatherford and won the boys championship.
Millwood now 4 of 4 from the foul line for those of you scoring along at home.
Owasso is just 1 of 1. Owasso opponents in the tournament have not had a lot of opportunities at the free throw line. Millwood is going to use full court pressure with aces wild. 1:11 to play, first period.
Got a stoppage of play, at least momentarily. I don't know what was being sorted out there, but we seem to have gotten it back on track.
Bowden Williams to inbound the basketball. Both coaches sharing a grin from opposite ends at one another. Pass to midcourt. Scott has it. 2-on-2. He lifes left to right. Sets Williams up for 3 on the wing. Too strong off the back rim. Rebound, Braylon Goins. Goins to midcourt. Chris Clay. Clay crosses over, works to the elbow, whips it right now for Goins. Right wing for 3, Wilkes. Too strong. Rebound hit Williams. Karams to Barrett, who goes back up in traffic and lays it in. This Millwood team just will not go away, Matt. It's a 4-point lead.
Third offensive rebound for Millwood.
Wilson stops and pops and hit a jumper at the other end underneath the foul line. Julius with 4. And it's back to a 6-point lead. Half a minute to go in the opening period. Isaiah Wilkes is going to slow it down. Owasso with a man-to-man defense. Dorian Williams is up in front of us. Marking out the offense. They're going to play for the final shot of the first period. We're under 15 seconds now to go before the break. Van Buren. They swing it right. Get it to Barrett on a deflected pass. Pump fake. Missed the bump at the rim. Ball tipped up. Owasso has it. It's Kobe Freeman. Freeman with 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Pitches it right. Scott drives to the goal. There was contact. No whistle. Barrett for the rebound, and that'll do it for the first period of play. Owasso 1/4 of the way home to their first ever Boys Tournament of Champions title at the 59th annual event, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.
Welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions. Brought to you by Quick Trip, powered by Squirtle. Let's take a look at points. Jalen Montanati has 3 in the first quarter. Bowden Williams with 4. Julius Wilson with 4. Jax Kerr with 4. Kobe Freeman with 4 for Millwood. It is Van Buren who's picked up 6 in the game so far. Amari Barrett has 4. And Isaiah Wilkes has 2 for their 12.
Matt, we did this last year in the championship. Before that, when was the last time we worked together?
Oh, it had been
a while.
Yeah.
Been a while. You have 3 kids at high school, all good athletes at Alva High. That and your other many hats that you wear up there in Northwest Oklahoma. Not much time to get to do broadcasting work.
Well, anything to keep yourself busy, I guess.
You do a good job of it. Clay bounces it to Goins' right wing side against the Owasso man-to-man. He drives into a double team. It's raked out of his hands. Diving, sliding out of bounds. Falcons saying it's their ball. The official says nope, it goes the other way.
Now I've got 2 turnovers in the game for Millwood. That will be to just 1 for Owasso so far. So both teams did a good job taking care of the ball.
18-12 Rams. 7.5 minutes to play. First half. Boys championship game between Owasso and Millwood. And Barrett just committed his second foul. A block against Kobe Freeman.
And That will take Barrett to the bench.
Well, this is big. Isaiah Wilson comes in, a 5'11 sophomore. There goes the Falcons' best scorer. Freeman will handle a bounce pass right front court. Guarded by the young sophomore guard, Isaiah Wilson. Left side, Julius Wilson to Kerr. Throws it out. Kerr runs it back down to Bowden Williams. Back to Julius. Over the top it goes for Montanati. Trying to kick it across the floor. Diving. Millwood has it. Now a loose ball scramble. And a tie-up, and the arrow should belong to Owasso, and it does, as Millwood had the first possession of the second period.
Tough to second-guess decisions made in a split second, but I thought Jalen Montanati was a little too unselfish right there. I thought he had a good look at the bucket.
Montanati's scoring to this tournament is at 15.5 points per ball game. He has not shot particularly well, especially from three. He's now 2 of 11.
But right now, Owasso a little cold from behind the arc, just 1 of 7.
Montanati dribbles through a double team. They trap him to the right corner. Montanati needs some help. It's stripped out of his hands that time by Van Buren. A takeaway for the Falcons. Jonathan up ahead, right side for Clay, and it's off of his foot, out of bounds. Millwood playing at just a little too much of a frenetic pace.
3 turnovers for Millwood, 2 now for Owasso as they trade giveaways.
7:03 to play, first half. 18-12 our score. Freeman operating at the point guard position. Isaiah Wilson out. Amari Barrett, the leading scorer for Millwood, on the bench with 2. Freeman drives right down the heart of the paint for the lay-in and 1. Falcons were not very disciplined at that pickup, and Isaiah Wilson has his first foul. Now a chance to move the lead to 9 for the Rams. Kobe Freeman, 1 of 1. He's been the only Owasso player to shoot free throws tonight. High arcer is up and good. Nothing but net.
Both
Freeman
teams,
again is 4 for 4 for the line this week.
both teams perfect from the foul line in this contest.
Van Buren holds, now attacks right. Jump passes to Wilson. Right corner, they get it to Goins. Raylan dancing in front of the Owasso bench to Wilson out front. Left side, Van Buren. 90 seconds gone here with the second period. Owasso leading Oklahoma City Millwood 21-12. Hard dribble into the paint. Clay goes up and stripped out of his hands. Montanati has it to midcourt. Up ahead to Williams, right wing. Bowden will settle down as Jonathan Van Buren is there to greet him. Jalen into a double team from Wilson and Goins. Try to kick it across the floor. It's deflected. Owasso gets it. Freeman drives and is called for a travel.
Again, both teams trade turnovers here on that possession.
Told you that Owasso's coming off a trip to Florida, the City of Palms Classic right before Christmas at Fort Myers, Florida. I don't think the state media covered it near as well as they should have, especially when you consider that they had a win over La Lumiere of Indiana, 62-59. That was a top 5 team in the country. And Long Island Lutheran, they beat 64-60. Those are 2 good wins, better than anybody in the state of Oklahoma is likely going to have this year. And now time is called as Goins apparently has a cut on his left arm, and he'll come out of the ball game as they're going to reinstate Isaiah Wilkes. So they still set Amari Barrett with those 2 fouls. Here's the key, Matt. Can Millwood stay close as they steal minutes with Barrett on the bench?
Well, with 6:09 left to go in the second quarter, Owasso starting to stretch out with this 21-12 lead.
Chris Clay will inbound the basketball. Chris is going to inbound directly to the left of Brian Montanati, who squatted on one knee. You can see it there on the screen.
Almost 2 minutes out of this second quarter, and Millwood is yet to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they haven't really had very many good looks. Attacking left, Van Buren glided to the goal, missed it. Tip over the basket, no good by Van Buren. Rebound to Bowden Williams. Williams wipes some sweat off of his right eye with his jersey as he has the ball in his left hand, angles to the wing. Now to Julius Wilson. Top of the key, Cohen Scott. Scott's been their only reserve thus far. They reverse it down low, and it's tipped away from Montanati. Knocked away by Wilkes, taken away by Chris Clay. Owasso gets back. Millwood will set in a half-court offense against that zone defense.
One of the things you see with Owasso is Jalen Montanati playing in that real 5 position with Jax Kerr on the bench. It's not a place that he's often comfortable, really more of a scorer from the outside, more of a traditional 4 guard.
5:18 to play here with the first half. Deep 3 left wing is good. That is Isaiah Wilkes with the first 3 ball for the Falcons of the night. 3 minutes into the second, they're down just 6, 21-15. Williams had it poked free by Wilkes to the backcourt. He gets it back. Williams being guarded tightly by Wilkes, who rides him to the top of the circle. Now Williams gives it to Montanati. He takes 2 steps, goes down the paint, and look at the strength and athleticism of Jalen Montanati with a basket.
That's why he has collected 21 Division I offers thus far, just a junior here in Oklahoma.
4:45 to play before halftime. The lead stretched back to 8, 23-15. Down the paint goes Wilkes, right at the defender at back rims. Wilkes follows the shot, goes up and in, and he's going to draw the foul. Montanati's going to pick up the foul. We've yet to see whether or not they're scoring the basket.
I believe that they called that on the floor.
They did. Well, it was very close to being an and one, and the Falcons could certainly use that. Wilkes to inbound. They have put Amari Barrett back out there on the floor with those 2 fouls. Jonathan Van Buren to Isaiah Wilson to Van Buren. Now to Barrett. Dribbles up from the baseline of the wing. Driving right is Van Buren. He goes up. The shot was blocked that time. I think it was Montanati, and the ball out of bounds. Last touch for the Falcons.
End up being Millwood's 5th turnover of the contest. 4 now for Owasso.
Owasso leads at 23-15. It equals their biggest lead here in the first half. Falcons were able to steal a few minutes with Barrett on the bench. He really cannot afford for the next 4 minutes to pick up number 3. Freeman into the front court. Veers right. Now Veers back left with a left-handed dribble. Wilson of the man-to-man guards him for the Falcons. Out high, Bowden Williams, right of a Montanati screen. Williams gives it up to Jaden. He drives right baseline, pulls up from 15, no good. Well, he's got a sweet jumper. Rebound to Millwood. It's taken away from Barrett. Going to the rim is Scott. He missed it. It was contested by 2 Falcons, and Barrett has the rebound. Amari quickly back the other way, cut off top of the circle. Hands it to Wilkes for 3, no. Williams weak side, snags it for the Rams. Into the front court, Kobe Freeman. Right side, Montanati. Into the paint, a little rudder. It hits an air ball. Well, they're being physical with Jalen Montanati.
They certainly are. That's been kind of the test for him all tournament long. Everybody wants to put a body on him everywhere he goes.
Barrett thought about a 3. Bowden Williams jumps out in his face. Now Amari starts to drive. Williams cuts him off. 1:03.5 to play here in period number 2. 23-15. Owasso, arguably the state's best team, taking on 3 and number 1 Millwood. They lead by 8. Isaiah Wilkes out of the circle for Amari Barrett. Back to Wilkes. Millwood showing some patience, but they throw it away. They were looking for Barrett, who was pinned by Williams. Pass intercepted by Julius Wilson. Montanati, left corner Freeman is 3 too strong. Van Buren has the window for the Falcons. To Barrett, Amari down the middle of the floor. One hands it right wing side. Isaiah Wilkes spins into the paint and banks it home.
Isaiah Williams, just a tough move to the basket right there. Took the contact for Montanati and finished strong.
7 points now for Isaiah Wilkes. The official is coming over to say that a delay of game warning has been issued against Millwood. Dorian Williams doesn't really care for that call. He said something and turned and walked with his back towards the bench.
I believe that warning went both ways. Referee said that both teams have been touching the ball quite a little bit after the baskets. Tells them just to leave it where it falls.
Chris Clay back in. Mark Presley Jr., a 6'1 senior, in for the first time. Falcons pick him up in the backcourt. Freeman accepts a bounce pass with 2:41 to play here in the first half. Lead is down to 6 again, 23-17. Montanati foul line extended left wing. Loops it off of the baseline for Cohen Scott. Scott to the foul line. Back out high to Williams. Williams, left wing. Pivots, and he'll give it back out high for Kobe Freeman. To Montanati, elbow right, and he is fouled. That's going to be on Mark Presley Jr. Pushed him in the back, and that is his first. It's also the third against the Millwood Falcons as we play under 2.5 to go in the first half. Day 3, championship Saturday night. What an event this is, and it is run so well by Mick Wilson of the staff at the Tulsa Public Schools. Kobe Freeman, top of the circle, drives inbounds, pass, knocked away. Scott picks it up. Resets to Wilson right side, pulls up off a left-handed dribble to the foul line. No. Rebound poked out. It's controlled by Isaiah Wilson. Wilson quickly attacks left to right, and a big-time block by Julius Wilson. They run out to Freeman. Freeman underneath, gets it to Montanati. His follow-away jumper at the rim, no good. Wilson the rebound to Williams. Now they work the perimeter. Montanati will trigger another 3. That one is off the mark, no good. Falcons with a rebound. They cling to a 6-point deficit, 1:50 to play before half. Deep three left side, clangs off the heel of the rim by Wilson. Out of bounds, last touch by Millwood.
Got Mark Presley Jr. getting a hand on that one, trying to go up, just couldn't find the handle.
Millwood playing with fire, allowing the Rams to control the boards as they did of that last flurry down the floor.
Well, let's not forget that Owasso is getting all of this done without Jax Kerr.
And really without Montanati, who has 5, but he has really shot terrible here in the first half. Freeman being ridden, gets into the paint, throws up a little teardrop floater, wouldn't go. Kobe tips the rebound, gets it back, draws a double, fumbles it across the paint, and a violation is called against Cohen Scott.
Josiah Mays will check into the game, as will Javier Richards.
Richards is a sophomore. Mays is a senior. Mays played last night, did not score. Richards has not scored and has 1 rebound in 2 tournament of champion appearances. 1:26 to play before halftime. 23-17, 3A number 1 Millwood, a chance to get it down to a 1-possession lead with a 3 on this trip. Chris Clay, a screen high, goes right at Wilson, who blocks the shot with a fingertip. Montanati up ahead left side. Freeman. Kobe underhands it to Jalen. Jab step, back 3, no good left quarter. Ball tipped. Millwood has it. Josiah Mays back the other way. Now peels out. Now he turned back, goes to the goal, draws the foul. That's on Wilson. Julius almost had 3 blocks and as many defensive trips. Stiddy has his second foul, and we'll see 2 free throws from Millwood with 59 seconds to play here in the first half.
Millwood perfect from the line so far, 4 of 4. 3 shots, 5 and 6 upcoming, less than a minute left to go here in this first half.
Julius Wilson with a foul. Julian Wilson about to check in. Josiah Mays to the line. First time tonight. He's 2 of 2 here at the Tournament of Champions, and he backlims the first free throw.
That was my fault. Broadcast jinx right there.
It does work. Millwood had made 4 straight for the foul line. In fact, that's the first miss of the ball game in 7 free throw attempts. Wilson belatedly gets up. Now he'll be signaled in. And it's going to be Wilkes that comes out of the ball game.
It's an interesting run for Millwood. They are right now without Amari Barrett on the floor and also Van Buren, both on the bench for the final, what could be final minute of this first half.
1 more coming up for Josiah Mays with 59.7 seconds to play before halftime. Falcons still very much a part of this, although Owasso has controlled things. Second free throw is good, so the senior gets 1 of 2. He's in the TOC championship game scorebook. Deficit is 5. Bowden Williams against Bivens in the backcourt. Left-handed dribble gets into the paint. They pull it back out, Julian Wilson. Freeman gets it to Montanati, banging his way to the rim, a contested layup. Montanati was 7. 36 seconds to play here in the first half. Isaiah Wilson angles right, runs into Williams, kicks it back out high to Goins, looks up at the play clock, almost said it, 26 seconds to play in the first half. There is a shot clock, but it's not operational in high school basketball, although that's a subject many want to debate. Screen left, Goins for 3, bricked it off the heel of the rim. Rebound to Owasso, 15 seconds to play in the first half. Freeman lobs it left circle. He stutter steps, gets into the paint, throws it up, back rims, no. 8 seconds to play here in the first half. Rebound to Richards. Up ahead, left-handed layup by Mays is good. 2 seconds, 1 second. Williams, a runner from half court. Good if it goes. It was on line, but short. And Millwood will trail by just 5 to the Owasso Rams at halftime, 25-20. We'll be back to recap the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management, is a reflection on our commitment to our clients, each other, and the growth we hope to achieve. As friends for multiple years, we operate like a tight-knit family where harmony and collaboration thrive. Our dedicated team of financial professionals complement each other, drawing on decades of shared experience. With a keen eye for detail, we understand each other's strengths, allowing us to deliver quality service. Our camaraderie extends beyond the workplace. We connect as friends, checking in over the weekends to stay connected. Our bond transcends the typical 9-to-5 workday, reflecting our commitment to genuine relationships. To become a client today, call us at 405-252-5925.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
Welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Quick Trip, powered by Squirtle. Matt Adair alongside Todd Miller for the boys' championship game between the Owasso Rams and the Millwood Falcons. Owasso with a 25-20 lead at the halftime break. Let's break down scoring first. For Millwood, they are led by Isaiah Wilkes, who has 7 for his team. Amari Barrett picked up 4 in the first half. Jonathan Van Buren has 6. Josiah Mays has 3 for Owasso. Jalen Montanati leads his team, 7 points in the first half. Bowden Williams has 4, as does Julius Wilson and Jax Kirk. Kobe Freeman picked up 6 points in that first half. For rebounds, Owasso with a 1 rebound advantage, 20-19. The Rams have 5 offensive boards, 15 defensive rebounds. For Millwood, the Falcons have 19 total rebounds in the game, 5 of those offensive, 14 of those defensive rebounds. Both teams have 5 turnovers. Owasso credited with 6 blocks through the first half of play. Millwood yet to block a shot. 2 steals for Owasso, 2 steals for Millwood. In shooting, in the first half, Owasso hit 37% from the floor. They were 11 of 30, 10% from behind the arc, just 1 of 10. They're 2 of 2 perfect from the foul line. For Millwood, they are 26% from the floor, 7 of 27, 17% from behind the arc, 1 of 6. And they are 83% from the foul line at 5 of 6. For Owasso, they have 16 points in the paint to just 10 for Millwood. Points off mistakes, Owasso has 6, Millwood has 3. Second chance points, both teams have 4 in the first half. Fast break points, both teams have 2 in the first half. Millwood has 3 points off of their bench. No bench players for Owasso have scored as of yet. We had no ties in the first half and no lead changes. It has been Owasso wall to wall. They lead 25-20. We'll take a break and be back again. You're listening to the boys' championship game here at the Tournament of Champions live from the BOK Center in Tulsa, brought to you by Squirtle.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Looking to jumpstart your career affordably? Tri-County Tech is the place. Our award-winning school, powered by OK Career Tech, offers top-notch instructors and job placement support to help you secure your dream job. Join the workforce sooner with our programs, especially in high-demand fields like construction and healthcare. We provide quick and easy in-house financial assistance for most programs. With our new flexible year-round schedule for working adults, you can achieve your goals at your own pace. Classes start soon, so visit tricountytech.edu/adult and start your journey today.
At Hill Spring Church in Sand Springs, we'd like to invite you to join us for one of our worship services, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at the Charles Page High School Auditorium.
You can worship with us online at our website, hillspring.tv, our YouTube channel, or on Facebook Live.
We offer exciting programs for kids of all ages and a fun family atmosphere where it's easy to connect and find a place to belong.
Join us this Sunday. We'll save you a seat.
Hill Spring Church, making a difference together. At Hill Spring Church.
Happy holidays. We approach the new year, 2025, just around the corner, and we're glad to have you along for Holiday Hoops this weekend for the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa, the 59th annual playing of the Tournament of Champions. This year's event, as always, powered by Squirtle and fueled by Quick Trip. All right, I know we have at least one active listener out there, Grant Merrill, who was a part of our broadcast team this week. Always good to see Grant and work with him. Said that I was wrong. Owasso has won a TOC championship, and he's right. The Rams won it in 1994, 70-62 over Cassia Hall. Kerwin Dees was the winning head coach for the Rams, and they were led by Rusty Rushing, a 6-foot senior who poured in 51 points in the 3 Ram victories. Owasso again winning their first Tournament of Championship title back in 1994. I've got to take a minute for a shameless plug. Of course, I do. Dale High School Sports. Another big tournament going on around the state this weekend is down in Ada at East Central University's Kerr Center, where the annual Bertha Frank Teague Mid-America is going on. The Dale Lady Pirates have evened their season series against Washington. They trailed by 2 at halftime and beat Washington tonight 52-44 to capture the Bertha Frank Teague championship. Washington a couple of weeks ago ended Dale's 49-game girls home court win streak with a 71-68 victory over the Lady Pirates in Dale. So the second half is upon us. We'll take our final 2-minute break and be back. Final 16 minutes of basketball coming up here on Squirtle.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Career Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Oklahoma Career Tech.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Here we go. Final 16 minutes to determine the winner of the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions here at the BOK Center. I'm Tom Miller. He's Matt Adair. I don't know how many guys are so old in their job that they're actually sitting next to a guy and working with a guy that they've known for 30 years probably and called his games back in high school. I'm dating myself, partner.
The Winoka Railroaders.
Yep. Millwood basketball. 25-20 the score. The two teams have combined 2 of 16 from 3. Make it 2 of 17 as Wilkes pulls the trigger out front and it rattles off. Rams with a basketball. Both teams start the way they begin the basketball game. Kobe Freeman against the Falcon man-to-man defense. 7:40 to play, third period. Montanati handles out front. Now to Jax Curry. Spins left to right and missed the shot, but he's hacked. And he'll go to the line for 2. Boy, Jax Kerr is awful tough to stop when he gets it that deep, and Van Buren got caught with his first. So again, if you did not hear, you're a Ram fan listening, I apologize. Owasso has won a Tournament of Champions title back in 1994, defeating Cassia Hall 70-62. Here's Jax Kerr at the line for the first time tonight, and he knocks down the first. He has 5 points. Jax has averaged 8.5, but is averaging 10 rebounds in the first 2 TOC games. Jalen Montanati last year was the state's Gatorade Player of the Year, won it in a tight ballot, I think, over Dale's Dayton Forsyth. He was not the MVP, though, of the tournament. The tournament was won by Edmond North. Second free throw is home. Owasso is now 4 of 4 from the stripe, 27-20. MVP last year was Dylan Warlick of Edmond North. He averaged almost 21 points per ball game. Isaiah Wilkes with a stationary dribble out front. 36 seconds into the second half. Chris Clay bounces it off of the baseline for Amari Barrett. Back to Chris. Deep 3. Got it. It's only the third made three-pointer in the second in 12 tries by Millwood tonight. I'm sorry. They're now 2 of 8. It's the third made try from three-point range by the two teams. Bowden Williams out high. Montanati. He'll let fly a 3. It's on line but short. Rebound to Wilkes. He presses into the front court. Now spins away from Williams. Goes deep around Montanati and lays it in. Isaiah Wilkes with 5 straight. It's 27-25 with almost 90 seconds gone here with the third. Kobe Freeman, right wing side. Jalen Montanati dumps it to Kerr. Kerr goes one-on-one and draws the foul as he bullies Van Buren underneath the basket. And Jonathan quickly has his second here in the period. So Jax Kerr, who started the scoring for the Rams for the free throw line, will go there for 2 foul shots. Owasso points off turnovers in the first half, had a 6-3 lead. They now have a 30-18 lead, 2.5 games into this event on opponent mistakes. First free throw by Kerr is good. Well, you look at the numbers, very, very similar. Owasso +6 in the paint, +3 in turnovers. And points off turnovers, second chance, 4-4, fast break, 2-2. Millwood's 3 points off the bench, the only scoring by either team's reserves. Kerr's second one is up, and that one back rims. However, Owasso with a rebound. And a foul, and Amari Barrett has just picked up his third. Barrett doesn't like it, but I'm going to tell you something. The Falcons did not block out, and we don't block out 9 times out of 10, bad things are going to happen. Barrett's going to come out. In comes Josiah Mays, who had all 3 of the bench scoring. As Amari will take a seat of the bench, Montanati will trigger it inbounds. Julius Wilson. They work it out high. Wilson's pass deflected out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Rams. Dorian Williams protesting from the other end.
2 good looks now for Owasso on this after the foul from Barrett.
Owasso led a moment ago by 8, 28-20, 5 straight, thanks to Isaiah Wilkes, and Millwood's in a one-possession ball game. Julius Wilson, left side, Montanati. He'll drive to the rim, pull up from 6, shot skips off no good. Williams' tip won't go. Kerr had it in the air, but it's taken away by Josiah Mays. And the ball knocked away from Mays out of bounds by Williams.
Got that as the 15th defensive rebound for Millwood in the game.
Well, this is a team that is just getting started. Last year, the state championship, a lot of juniors on the floor this year. They'll be back, and they'll be here at the TOC again, I'm sure. And in the paint, Jax Kerr is knocked to the floor, and they're going to call the foul on Kerr. I thought maybe they were going to get Van Buren back.
Boy, they had each other locked up. It's hard to tell where that arm bar started, but the two got tangled, and it wouldn't let go, and that is much to the chagrin of Coach Montanani, who didn't like the call.
7 fouls total tonight for Owasso, 3 of those now with the big 6'11" senior. At the end of the ball game comes Cohen Scott, and they are going to substitute 6'7" or 6'11" for 6'1". Brian Montanati with his hand around the waist of Kerr as he walks to the bench. Millwood will trigger it inbounds, 6 minutes to play in the third. They lob it off of the wing, Isaiah Williams, and another foul. Reaching was Freeman out high, his first. Well, they have tightened the whistle up here, partner, in this third period. It's become a little bit sloppy, not a lot of flow on either end. Mays lobs it to Van Buren, slot left. He attacks against Montanati, leans into him and scores. Jonathan Van Buren with 8 points, his second basket. 5:40 to go. It's down to a 1-point game. And a foul at the other end. Millwood thought they had a clean steal. Instead, Mays has his first personal foul. Not only did they think they had a strip, the foul was on the shot, so Montanati is going to go to the free throw line. Jalen with 7 points tonight, but in the first half, he was just 3 of 11 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3.
I might agree with Millwood here. I didn't see that being on the shot, but referees will give Jalen Montanati credit for the bring up there.
Montanati eyes it, flies it, and hits it. His first trip to the free throw line tonight. Teams, Weatherford and now Millwood, have been very physical with Montanati in this Tournament of Champions.
Said this before, it's tough to say a player the caliber of Jalen Montanati ever gets rattled, but he can certainly get frustrated, and people do play him physically.
He missed the second off the back rim. Mays gathers the miss for Millwood.
Testament to the strength of him as a player to be averaging 15 in this tournament.
29-27, 5.5 to play third period. Goins holds, foul line extended right wing side. Looking out high, now dribbles on the baseline of the bounce pass, knocked out of bounds by Cohen Scott with 5:28 to play. We're in the third period boys championship game of the 59th annual Tournament of Champions. Fueled this year as always by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.tv.
Millwood just 1 foul away from putting Owasso in the bonus, too. 4 fouls to Millwood, just 2 so far in the third quarter for Owasso.
Owasso has attempted 8 free throws to 6 for Millwood, despite an advantage in fouls call. Into the paint goes Van Buren. He rattles the jumper home, and a timeout is called. It's a 30-second timeout by the Falcons, and the game is tied at 29 thanks to Jonathan Van Buren. As we take you to the break, looking at another shot of Van Buren's bucket. We're back after this on Squirtle.tv.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Well, it took nearly 20 minutes, Bad Adair, of a 32-minute basketball game to get our first tie, but we have it at 29 as Jonathan Van Buren now is the double figures with 10 for Millwood.
You know, I think you talked about this for Millwood. Let teams kind of run out on you and then slowly catch up with them in a fury in these tournament games. Millwood, the Falcons just won't go away.
Falcons last night against Booker T. Washington, 18-13 of the fourth period. Owasso, though, has been good to the fourth period as well. They've outscored their opponents by 25 in the fourth and final period the first two games. Kobe Freeman with it, veers for the right wing to the middle of the circle. Long ways to go to the fourth, though. 5 minutes to play third. Montanati handles a bounce pass right wing side, guarded there by Josiah Mays. Now he'll leave it between the circles, Bowden Williams. Williams angles right, flips it to Jalen Montanati. Montanati to match up with Jonathan Van Buren. Pivots, ducks, shoots underneath the foul line, got it. That's his best shot by far and away tonight. Montanati now with 10 points, and that was a difficult one. At the other end, Wilkes with a runner missed everything. Bowden Williams with a rebound, of the guard being very physical. 31-29, first lead change. Owasso leading Millwood. 4.5 to play in the third period of the boys championship game. Williams lost the handle. He was tied up by Wilkes, and they say Montanati got the timeout. And Dorian Williams is out of the floor, and he is not happy at all. That's going to cost Owasso a timeout. They will have 4 left. But boy, it looked like, as we look at it again, Matt, that perhaps Wilkes had gained possession. He looked like he ripped it out of Williams' arms, and they give him the timeout.
I think the most surprised person in the venue may have been the referee across the floor. He was already starting to point in the direction of Millwood.
Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Store is a proud supporter of Oklahoma high school athletics and proud to back student athletes across our great state on Squirtle.tv. 4.5 minutes to play, third period. 31-29, Rams lead the Falcons. Owasso, arguably the best team in the state of Oklahoma. Millwood, the best team in Class 3A. At least early, they're top-ranked. And into the lineup comes Braylon Goins out of the timeout. Here we go. Owasso keeps possession. Side in from Scott to Freeman. Into the front court against the Millwood zone defense. Works the Rams. Scott to Julius Wilson left side. Brian Montanati up directing traffic on the bench. They swing it to Williams on a reverse. Williams right front court. They'll flash Wilson to the high post. He dribbles around one defender, pivots to his right, missed it in the paint. Gets the rebound. It was knocked free. Gets it back, goes up and scores. I'll tell you, that's just sheer desire on the part of Julius Wilson, the 6'4 junior. 4-0 run after the first and only tie of the night came at 29. Owasso 33, Millwood 29, under 4 to play here with the third. Wilkes turns the corner, whips it back out front. Van Buren diagonally cross court at 3, left corner by Clay is good. That cuts it down to 1. Chris Clay, the 6'1 junior, for the basket, and it's 33-32. Owasso, 3.5 to go.
Millwood just continues to come up with answers late in games.
Right side, Williams, a left fly a 3, back rims that one. Montanati took it away from Van Buren at the free throw line. He takes a dribble and lays it in. Jalen Montanati with a stick back. Off the Williams miss, 35-32. Owasso with 3:16 to go here in the third period. Boys title game of the 59th annual TOC. Been some classics in this game over the years. Chris Clay hit a big 3 a moment ago to Wilkes. He'll measure a 3, and he got it over Williams. Isaiah Wilkes with his second 3, the 4th bonus ball for the Falcons. And we are tied for the second time, this one at 35.
That was a huge bucket right there. The question is, will the momentum stick with Millwood? Can they get a stop here?
2:47 to play here with the third. Williams lobs it to Freeman off the dribble, throws up a runner for the foul line. He missed it. Freeman gets his own miss and is fouled. That's on Chris Clay, and that's going to be his second personal foul. It's also number 5 against Millwood here in this third period. So what was a shooting foul? The Rams will be at the line for 2 going forward with every whistle. There's still 2:46 to go in the period.
This will be the 9th and 10th free throws shot by Owasso. They have only missed 1 from the charity stripe tonight.
Millwood's previous tournament of champion appearances, 84th. They finished 7th. 1998, the champions. 92, they finished 5th. They were 7th in 2019, their last trip here to Tulsa. First foul shot is good. They're bidding for their second title. They lead the state in state championships, one more than Booker T. Washington, the team that they defeated last night by a point to punch their ticket here to the championship game.
A lot of instruction being shouted out there from the Millwood bench.
Second free throw is good, so Freeman hit both of them. He's got 8 points. And it's 37-35. Another swing and lead for Owasso. 2.5 to play, third period from Tulsa. Wilkes with it, stationary dribble slot right, working against Julius Wilson, who backs off. He'll fire the three. Wilkes missed it long. Freeman underneath with a rebound. He'll slow it down as Josiah Mays picks him up at midcourt. Millwood out of that zone into a man. Montanati trapped right baseline. Dribbles out to the corner. Jalen jump passes to Bowden Williams. Williams looks up. Now he's standing directly in front of his head coach, Brian Montanati. Jalen pops out, drives right, contact, and a foul. Millwood wanted a charge. It's going to be instead number 3 on Jonathan Van Buren, and 2 more free throws for Jalen Montanati. There's a look at it. Boy, that was very close to being a charge.
That's a bang-bang play. That one's one of those ones that can go either direction.
From where we're standing, it's hard to see if he was in the restricted circle. I don't think he was. And Dorian Williams right now is almost nose to nose with the official who's come back down to the other end. Jalen Montanati, 1 of 2 at the foul line, will look to extend a 2-point Rams lead. Owasso with a lead at halftime on the boards. And Owasso has just dominated their first 2 opponents, Wilson, Henrietta, and Weatherford, to the tune of 76-49. You can tell that Montanati and Dorian Williams like each other. Dorian was saying something out on the floor. It was dead quiet. The official now is laughing, and Montanati turned and shared a grin and a laugh with his counterpart from Millwood.
Jalen had a little blood, had to go get cleaned up, and one of the new rules, you get 20 seconds to kind of get yourself righted and get back to it.
Here's Montanati. He'll be at the line for 2. 37-35, Owasso. Spins it, eyes it, flies it, and nails. No, it rattled in and out. Well, big miss for Jalen Montanati, who has 12 points today. His second in 3 trips here in the TOC in double figures.
Jalen Montanati has got a very deliberate little mantra that he goes through when he shoots free throws.
Montanati's second foul shot. As I look at Jalen, look in that right corner, it gives me chills being from Dale, watching him knock down that 3 with time winding down and give it to Owasso, a 3-point victory over the Pirates last year. Second free throw is good, but that's what money players do, Matt. When the lights are the brightest, they come up with the plays.
Probably one of the biggest shots in the tournament a year ago.
Timeout, 2:09 to play, third period. Owasso 38, Millwood 35 for the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods. It's time for a fresh approach. CLA delivers data-driven solutions tailored for every growth stage, boosting your farm's ROI. Ready to get started? Call 833-CLA-SOIL or visit correctionlineag.com. Smarter farming starts here.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today. Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless.
2:09 to play, third period. Todd Miller, Matt Adair, Ellis Sunken, and Camden Billy, the crew today. It's good to have the young couple back with us. We haven't seen them very much at all this year on Squirtle. Ella, of course, at Oklahoma State. She's busy. Camden doing his thing, and don't see him as much, but they have the golden touch of the computer. Isaiah Wilkes to the front court, bounces for Goins left wing. He'll bounce out of the block for Josiah Mays. Mays backs it against Montanati, turns left, and Jalen didn't block it, Matt, but he altered the shot. It barely hit the rim, and Owasso with a rebound.
Yeah, that was just an easy pickup for an extra stat right there for Jalen Montanati.
Kobe Freeman with it left front court. We're under 2 minutes to play here with the period. Julius Wilson, boy, he is an under-heralded guy for the Rams. Bowden Williams puts up a 3, got it. That's an underrated shot right there. That takes a lot of guts. Right corner for three. Goins off the side rim. Rebound to Wilkes. He goes back up and in traffic. Isaiah Wilkes now has 6 made baskets. 41-37. The lead goes from 6 down to 4. 1:18 to play in the third. Kobe Freeman races into the front court. Mays cuts him off. Still no. Amari Barrett out there, the leading scorer with 3 fouls. Freeman, right wing, into the paint, hits a little runner. Boy, this guy's good. He's got 10, had 15 and 7 rebounds in the semifinal win over Weatherford. Another look at the little floater. Good soft touch. 43-37. Rams being pushed tonight by 3A heavyweight Millwood. So far, they've been up to the task. Chris Clay to Isaiah Wilkes. Goins bounces it for Van Buren, who cuts to the glass and lays it in. This guy's good. He can go get his shot, Kenny. 30 seconds to play in the period.
Van Buren, a huge rebounding presence for Millwood as well.
Kobe Williams into the front court. Millwood at a man-to-man. They bounce it for Montanati at the baseline. He dipped his shoulder, got by with it. And now a 30-second timeout called by Brian Montanati. Speaking of Owasso, one of the best voices in the state of Oklahoma is gracing us with his ears tonight, Jared Gallagher. Love the guy, listening from Naples, Florida. I wonder if he went down for the Fort Myers Classic with Owasso and forgot to get on the plane and said, to heck with it, I'll just stay down here in the Sunshine State.
Got a reader for Owasso, by the way. State Rep Mark Van Buren and his wife Sheila want to wish Owasso good luck in tonight's game and a happy new year in 2025. Watch for exciting news from the Van Burens very soon. They say, go Rams tonight for Owasso.
Another great athletic year for Owasso, and we're just getting started. Of course, they lost in a tough one, one of the best playoff games you're going to find in 6A1 to Bixby, a team that they had beaten to start the year at UCO's Chad Richardson Stadium back in December. Rams a prohibited favorite, the state's largest class to bring home the gold ball. It would be their second in a row and set them up for a three-peat when you look at the guys like Montanati and Julius Wilson, Cohen Scott, Kobe Freeman. Well, Freeman's a senior. They only lose 2. They're big.
There's an unprecedented amount of talent out on the basketball floor right now between these two
and Freeman are the 2 seniors, and those are big guys to replace. Anyway, special hello from the Center State down to Florida to our friend Jared Gallagher. I know he is cheering with pride, the Rams, hoping they can win their first TOC championship since 1994. Bowden Williams, who just does what it takes to win games, to trigger it inbounds. Looking for Montanati. Jalen gets separation, pulls it away, now drives to the block, goes up, short-armed it, gets his own miss, it's stripped on the way up. And that was Van Buren with the strip. It would have been his 4th had they called it. It was a clean strip, though. Wilkes with it right side, into the paint, Goins. He'll hand it off. Van Buren, a runner. That one was short. Rebound to Julius Wilson. Back the other way he goes, and a double dribble called against Julius.
Right in front of the foul, too. Just a nice little shift from Millwood right there at the end. Caused a bit of hesitation in Williams on his drive to the bucket.
All I can say to our fans listening that support 3A boys basketball, good luck with this Falcons team this year.
They are tough.
Luck.
Amari Barrett gets subbed back in for this final 2 seconds. And now Millwood wants a timeout.
We'll join him with 2.1 seconds to play. Back in 30 here on Squirtle.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury. In our business.
Todd Miller, Matt Adair with you, courtside of the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Well, you got to watch that Ella. She'll get us on air. We won't even know we're on air. You know, I've always said she has eyes on our jobs.
She's not
and
the
you
best.
know what? She could have our jobs with one slip of the finger on that control.
She is not the best producer in the business for no reason at all.
She is good.
Does a fantastic job.
Her brother Ethan used to be years ago my favorite. Ella now is my favorite. Millwood will not get a shot off. The time expires on the third period, so 8 minutes to decide a champion. Owasso threw 3 over Millwood, 43-39 for the 59th Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
For more than a century, you have made...
Welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions. Let's break down scoring through 3 quarters. Jalen Montanani has 13 and leads his team. Bowden Williams with 7. Julius Wilson with 6. Jax Kerr with 7, but he spent an unprecedented amount of time on the bench. Got in a little bit of foul trouble early. Kobe Freeman has 10 for Owasso. They have 43 for Millwood. Isaiah Wilkes has 14. Amari Barrett with 4. Chris Clay with 6. Jonathan Van Buren with 12. Josiah Mays with 3. They have 39. It is 43-39 Owasso as we head into the final quarter.
Both of the two big guys, Jax Kerr, big in stature. Amari Barrett, big in scoring and all-around playmaking abilities with 3 fouls. Start the fourth period. Bowden Williams with it out front. Down to Kobe Freeman. Owasso 43, Millwood 39. You would think Montanati has to feel good that he was able to get the lead by 4 with his big guy on the bench for much of the third. In the paint is Kerr. Good spin movement. It's stripped. Taken away that time by Goins. He'll leave it left wing and a bounce pass. Wilkes too strong. Weak side Wilson with the rebound. Julius will bring it into the front court. We're 36 seconds into the fourth period of the boys' championship game. That's all that remains in the 59th edition of the play of the Tournament of Champions. Kobe Freeman bounces to Montanati out high with his back to the basket, slot right. Now it's Kerr to Williams, left wing. A hand in his face is Chris Clay. Now it's Freeman, drives left, ball hit Kerr to the leg. He didn't expect it. Van Buren has it. Up ahead, going to the rim, and he missed everything as Clay as he was challenged. The ball is out of bounds off Millwood. It was either Montanati or it was Julius Wilson that had the ball, and then it hit either Goins or Barrett as they were both falling to the floor trying to get the basketball. There it is. It's off Amari Barrett.
That is 2 good fast break looks for Millwood, and they have come up empty on both. By the way, 26 three-point shots taken in this game. Owasso has made 2. Millwood has made 4. Owasso 2 of 13, Millwood 4 of 12 from behind the arc.
Big thank you to the crew here at the BOK Center. We're using their video, and I mean, it has been top-notch for 3 straight days. Freeman to the front court, top of the key. Julius Wilson, left side. Montanati tries to drive. Can't. Now he goes to the floor as he cross-courts it for Freeman. Freeman to Kerr. Jax bangs in to Barrett. No call. They'll whip it left side. Montanati is shaken up as he lets fly a jumper. It's off the rim. No good. Jalen is laying on his back. It's now 5-on-4. Going to the rim that time was Van Buren. The shot was blocked by Kerr. And then we get an official stoppage of play. Brian Montanati is out of the floor. His son Jalen was grabbing, it looked like, at his left knee.
Jalen was hurt on that first attempted three-pointer. Actually laid on the floor, managed to get himself back, and no sooner had he gotten to his feet, they returned the ball to him, pulled himself together to get that three-pointer off, and then when he came back down, you could see immediately there was some pain that Jalen Montanani was feeling.
Well, he is really hurt. He covered his face with his jersey, but he's walking off pretty good to the sideline. But he was grabbing to that left knee. Owasso 43, Millwood 39 with 6:29 to play. Neither team with much separation since halftime. Rams led it by 5. They led by 6 at the end of 1-5 at halftime, and neither team has scored here for the first 91 seconds of the fourth period.
Owasso is going to take a timeout. The referees told them that Jalen would have to go to the bench. They elected to call a timeout so they can replace him in the lineup.
So 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here and tell you that Brahms is serving delicious cheeseburgers, freshly squeezed limeades, my favorite, crinkle-cut fries, hand-dipped ice cream, milkshakes and sundaes made from Brahms A2 Fresh Milk. Brahms Farm Fresh for over 50 years.
So with this timeout, Owasso will be able to keep Jalen Montanani on the floor.
He's walking good, but he looks like he's still in a little bit of pain. His dad using this as an opportunity to visit at the end of the Owasso bench with one of the officials. And he was pointing out towards the spot in which his son Jalen went down. Dorian Williams has come out. He's a step on the floor at the end of the bench. He gets whatever explanation he wants from the official. Taps him on the backside, now walks towards midcourt. Falcons down by 4. We use full court pressure. Bowden Williams will inbound as he gets it to Julius Wilson. 6:24 to play. Wilson with a left-handed dribble around Barrett. Attacks right to the goal. Layup is good. It hit the side of the rim and dropped home. Julius Wilson with 8. He went coast to coast. 6:10 to play. The lead is 6 for the Rams. Wilkes with the basketball in the Falcon front court. Another great championship game. There's been 58 of them preceding this one here in Tulsa. Screen left into the paint. Wilkes pulls up. Back rims a 13-footer. He started to cool. Freeman with a rebound. Kobe almost went over and back. He only had, though, 2 of his 3 things that needed to be into the front court before it went back court to call the violation. Freeman with it right side. Lobs it for Montanati. He peels it away, and Jalen then travels. And they came quickly with the double team from Goins and Clay.
Seen that a lot when Jalen Montanani gets the ball along the baseline. Immediately, teams like to stack bodies on him, keep him from being able to maneuver his way through contact.
5:43 to play. Millwood's going to inbound it about 3 dribbles behind midcourt. Williams forces him to pick it up. Now it's Wilkes into the front court. Amari Barrett. He's been held in check tonight thanks in part to fouls with only 4 points. Van Buren goes up. The shot blocked. Van Buren battling for the rebound. Kerr has it laying on his back. A timeout is called by the Rams for the other end of the floor. 5.5 to play. It's a 60. We'll join them. Owasso 45, Millwood 39 for the 59th annual Tournament of Champions here on Squirtle.
Brahms is bringing the heat. Introducing Brahms' new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Brahms' crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Brahms sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection, because nothing is better than Brahms.
Five and a half minutes to go in regulation. The Rams 45, the Falcons 39. And again, Owasso will see full court pressure.
In 89 seconds of basketball in this fourth quarter, we've only had 2 points scored, and they have gone to Owasso.
Owasso using that timeout has just 1 left. Dorian Williams has 3 for Millwood at his disposal. Julius Wilson across the floor, leaves it in the backcourt for Freeman. Kobe with the count on across midcourt. Almost went over and back again. Loses the handle. Diving for Millwood was Wilkes. Freeman then loses it again. Barrett with a steal. And Amari with a left-handed layup. It's down to a 4-point lead with 5 to play. 45-41 Rams. Williams, pressure to the backcourt by Chris Clay. Lobs it up ahead for Kerr. Jacks 1 dribble, 2 long strides. Layup good. Looked like a deer galloping through the woods. The other end, Wilkes imposes his will as he knifes to the paint. And a foul. It's on the floor, so no free throws, and it's against Bowden Williams. It's his second. Tell you what, Matt, you and I have put some miles in the old vehicles this weekend. You're driving back and forth to Mustang, watching your daughter, the Alba Ladybugs, who incidentally went 2-1 and finished consolation champions at the Mustang Bank 7 Classic. Congratulations to Kylie and her teammates, and been driving back and forth from Ed, but I think we'll just put the cars in the garage tomorrow.
Probably a good idea.
Isaiah Wilkes to throw in. Looks for a cutter, finds Barrett. Barrett, a great drop step, but Kerr able to recover. Left wing, it's Wilkes for 3, and he got it. Isaiah Wilkes knocks down a 3, and Millwood was in 3. 47-44 to timeout with 4:45 to play. Back to T-Town after these messages on Squirtle.tv.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independent Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independent Scholarship at tulsatech.edu. Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore...
4:46 to play. Todd Miller, Matt Adair, Ella, and Cam to the crew with you courtside at the BOK Center. You know, we were talking off air about Owasso. They don't have much of a bench for an elite 6A team. In fact, tonight they've used just one player. Make that 2 players, Julian Wilson and Cohen Scott, off of the bench.
Well, and Jax Kerr being in foul trouble is what has led to a lot of those bench minutes. Coach Montanati likes to push these guys. He believes that he has got full game players that he can put out there on the floor, and they don't disappoint.
They are really well conditioned. Julius Wilson double team, throws it across the floor. Driving is Montanati. Euro step, and the shot's blocked out of there by Millwood. Big block. Chris Clay with the rebound. Tabari. Barrett, into the left corner for Goins. Goins back out high to Barrett, and it's offline out of bounds. Missed opportunity for Millwood, 47-44 Owasso. I'll tell you, Owasso wouldn't be a program for me because that's the only place I lived and died was on the bench. They only use the bench. I don't see time. And there was only certain times that I was in.
Right. I can promise you my time on the floor wasn't spent in games like this.
I was going to say, I was nowhere near ready to go in at 47-44. Kobe Freeman to the backcourt. Winding towards 4 minutes to play. Barrett, an ear steal, knocked it away from Wilson. Julius gets it back. Handles it left front court. We're winding towards 4 minutes to play. Good defense out front by the Falcons. Wing right, Kobe Freeman. Freeman with 4 minutes to play. Bounces for Kerr, dips his shoulder, missed the bump. Kerr went over the back, no foul called. Barrett the rebound, lobs it up ahead. It's run down right side by Clay. Now to Amari Barrett. Top of the circle, Isaiah Wilkes, and a official stoppage of play.
It's been an injured player. Clay comes up a little gimpy on that ankle.
So they're going to bring into the ball game Josiah Mays. And Chris Clay is setting down. I don't know if it's his ankle, his foot, whatever it is. He's taking his right shoe off. Now it's back on, so he'll have to come out of the ball game or Millwood use a timeout. That leaves them still with 2. Falcons will throw in a 1-possession ball game with 3:49 to play. They have favor of the possession arrow. Owasso with 1 timeout, Millwood with 2. Goins holds between the circles. Freeman guards him. Barrett high in the right forecourt. Now they switch. Kobe is on Amari. Isaiah Wilkes looks over to Dorian Williams. 3.5 to play in the boys' championship game. Barrett at the high post. Drives against Kerr. Slip, loses the ball off of his leg, out of bounds.
Yep. Slapped away by Owasso, and it went off of the shin of Barrett.
Williams lobs it over the top. Julius Wilson back to Bowden. He'll bring it across midcourt with 3:17 to go in regulation. 1-possession lead for 6A's best, Owasso. Wing right, Julius Wilson to a cutter. That's Montanati who goes up. Contact, no whistle. He missed it. Rebound to Barrett. Amari into the front court. Pitches right side. The 3 on the way by Goins for the tie was short. Freeman with a rebound. And we're at 3 minutes to play. Boys championship game of the TOC in Tulsa. Owasso 47, Millwood 44. Williams across midcourt, veers to the left side. Kobe Freeman works. Guarded by Isaiah Wilkes. And now we get a whistle down low. And they saw something, and that whistle came in very quickly as Goins. It's going to be called for the personal. Said he was grabbing him and wrapping him. That'll be team foul number 1 against Millwood. And that is only the second foul here, Matt, in almost 6 minutes of the fourth period.
You would expect the game like this could come down to shooting free throws, so one of these two teams may end up having to create some quick fouls as we draw near an end.
Clay enters, Goins departs for the Falcons. Owasso inbounds, Freeman with it out high to Bowden Williams. This is a veteran team, and they can make things really difficult on you in a tight game. Bowden Williams with one dribble, gives it off on the right wing side, Julius Wilson. Now to Jax Kerr, he holds top of the circle. Lobs it left of the paint for Montanati. Whips it across the floor. Williams 3 on the way. Too strong. Montanati one-hands the rebound. Jalen will touch it back out front to Bowden Williams. Owasso trying for their first TOC title since 1999. Montanati gets free down low. A good pass by Wilson, and Jalen finishes.
That was a big finish right there. When you need points, Jalen Montanati's a good place to go looking for him.
49-44. Quick jumper put up right wing by Wilkes. No good. Whistle underneath. Now Jax Kerr seems to be tangled up. Kerr has the ball in one hand, both arms up in the air. The foul is going to go against the Rams. That's going to be on Jax, and that's his 4th. That's the second against Owasso. They lead 49-44 with 2:03 to play. Josiah Mays will trigger it inbounds. Goal right to Van Buren. Left side to Clay. Back to Mays to Clay. Between the circles, it's Van Buren. Chris Clay for 3. It's a big one if he got it. He did. Chris Clay knocks the eyes out of a 3, and it's a 2-point game, 49-47. A 30-second timeout by the Falcons and their head coach, Dorian Williams. At 1:52 to play. Now they're going to roll it into a 60. We'll break here on Squirtle.tv.
As you travel down the road to the gold ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it. Day in.
Welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Quick Trip, powered by Squirtle. Todd Miller, Matt Adair along for the ride here in this boys championship game. Todd, 2 ties in this game, but Millwood has never had the lead. Now they're 2 points away.
Well, they just keep chipping away. That was a big-time three-point basket by Chris Clay, and we were basically straight on from behind the shot. You and I agreed. I didn't know that it was going to go in.
Now, it looked to me like it was just off of the mark, and it was a big-time contested shot, too.
Williams to trigger it inbounds to Julius Wilson. Back to Bowden. Williams with a basketball to Julius near the midcourt stripe. Right side, Kobe Freeman. Only 2 reserves playing tonight by Brian Montanati. 1:36 to play in the ball game. 49-47. Wing right, Bowden Williams. Between the rings, it's Jax Kerr. Left side, Julius Wilson wide open. He doesn't pull the trigger. Good decision. Bounce pass to Kerr, who posts right low post. He squares up, spins to his left, lays it high off the glass, and he missed it. There was contact. He wanted a foul. Millwood has it. They can tie or take the lead of this possession. Left is Wilkes in a foul. Williams was gambling for the steal, and Bowden has his 3rd personal foul.
That will also be the 3rd team foul against the Rams.
Falcons with a 2 can tie, with a 3 can grab the lead for the first time tonight with 1:15 to play at the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. What a great 3 days of basketball. Amari Barrett held to 6 tonight, hasn't shot well, but also has hit minutes limited because of fouls. Will trigger it inbounds. Near the Falcon bench, off to our left. Now to Van Buren, and they throw it away. Van Buren tried to bounce pass for a cutting Wilkes. Williams with a steal. 1:05 to play in the ball game. Only one foul for Millwood. Williams into the front court, right side. Now spins back towards the slot. 1 minute to play in the championship game. Montanati wants it, gets it, right corner. He is guarded by Chris Clay. Jalen Montanati to Julius Wilson between the rings out front. 47 seconds to play. Wilson dribbling between the legs. Out throwing him is Amari Barrett. Now it's Williams, 44 seconds to play. Montanati trapped to the right baseline. Finds Julius Wilson. He drives underneath the goal right to left. Bounces it for Freeman. They'll pull it back out front to Williams. 34 seconds to play, and there's the foul. That's number 3 on Chris Clay. I'm telling you, Matt, you've got a foul. They still have 3 more before Owasso shoots free throws, and they let that possession go well over a half minute.
Yeah, they bled a lot of time off of the clock right there.
Montanati to throw in, and a whistle. And I think the foul is against Van Buren, a hold against Kerr down low. That's it, and that's his 4th. It's also the 3rd against the Falcons. 3 fouls against the Rams with 34.5 seconds to play. Jalen Montanati trying to win his first boys tournament of champions title in 2 trips to the event. He'll trigger it inbounds. Right side, Kobe Freeman. Freeman to a cutting Montanati for the way in. How about that half-court set? 25 seconds to play, 2-possession game. Quickly back to work is Van Buren. He goes up and under, missed the layup. Rebound to Jax Kerr. And a foul, that's going to be against Amari Barrett. That's his 4th. And Barrett had no choice. Jax Kerr will go to the free throw line where he has split tonight, or made 3 of 4. No, he won't because that's only team foul 4. You don't have a lot of options as who to foul with this 5 out there.
No.
Julius Wilson inbounds. Kobe Freeman. Freeman is going to be fouled by Barrett, and Amari is just fouled out of the contest. With 16.8 seconds to play, Millwood's leading scorer, Amari Barrett, has fouled out. And Owasso cannot wrap it up, but boy, they can put a couple of nails in the coffin of the Falcons with 2 free throws here from Kobe Freeman.
Kobe Freeman has been steady for this Owasso team as well.
If he makes both, it's still a 2-possession game, but a max 2-possession game at that. Freeman is 4 of 4 at the foul line. He'll be there for the double bonus. No Amari Barrett going forward as Freeman rattles home the first free throw. He has 11 points. That's his first point, though, since the 3rd period, I believe. Montanati tonight with 17. Nobody else with the exception of Freeman to double figures for the Rams. Freeman to make it a 6-point lead. Free throw on the way. Good. Other than that, that's clutch for the 5'10 senior. Millwood picks it up in the backcourt. Chris Clay across midcourt, 13 seconds to play. Clay looking for Wilkes. Leaves it up in the air, and it's stolen away by Bowden Williams. He's going to retreat backwards. Now lobs it to Wilson, and Owasso's going to win the boys' tournament of champions. Final score tonight, Owasso 53, Millwood 47. Matt and I will be back to put a bow on 24 games over 3 days of TOC action. Coming up next on Squirtle.tv.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Summer job, babysitting money, graduation gifts. Sounds like it's time to open a free student checking account with Communication Federal Credit Union. It's made for teens and tweens. Open your new account and get a free Visa debit card for secure shopping power online or in stores. Plus, mom and dad
Welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions Boys Championship game in the book. Owasso comes away with this one 53-47, our final. Let's take a look at scoring. Jalen Montanani closes the game, leading his team with 17 points in the game. Bowden Williams added 7. Julius Wilson had 8. Jax Kerr had 9. Kobe Freeman had a great game, 12 points to his credit. For the Millwood Falcons, they were led in scoring by Isaiah Wilkes, who had 17 in the game. Amari Barrett on limited minutes tonight with some fouls that brought him to the bench a couple of different times. Ended up with 6. Chris Clay had 9 in the game. Jonathan Van Buren had 12. And Josiah Mays had 3. Rebounding advantage went to Owasso 38-30. Team shot like this from the floor. Owasso was 40% from behind the arc, 13%, 2 of 15. They were 11 of 14 from the foul line, 78%. For Millwood, they shot 34% from the floor, 18 of 53, 37% behind the arc, 6 of 16, 83% from the foul line. They were 5 of 6. Owasso put up 30 points in the paint to just 22 for Millwood. Owasso had 8 points off turnovers, 5 for Millwood. Owasso had 12 second chance points. Millwood had 9, and fast break points, 4 for Millwood, 2 for Owasso. 3 points off the bench for Millwood. No bench players scored for Owasso. And again, that final score, the Owasso Rams are the Tournament of Champions in a 53-47 victory over Millwood.
Their second and 4 tries. It's been a joy being here with you, Matt, today, and for the rest of the crew as well. Let me tell you something. Congratulations to the Day 3 winners, but congratulations to all 8 teams. If you are playing the final week of December in Tulsa, Oklahoma, your program's elite. And every team, Class 6A all the way down to Class B, are elite.
Yeah, without a doubt. The Tournament of Champions field is fantastic. Every year it seems like this tournament's really on an upswing as far as the teams they're inviting and the tournament play that they're getting.
All right, big thank you to Vic Wilson with Tulsa Public Schools. The entire athletic department put on a great event. The BOK Center for allowing a great venue to host this event. To Adam Dieselhorst, who does a ton of work to make this all possible with Squirtle. Good to see you again, and we'll see you soon.
I appreciate being along for the ride.
53-47, there's the final. Boys Championship goes to 6A Owasso. For Matt Adair for the crew. For Ellen Camden, I'm Todd Miller. Good night from T-Town.